North Country, and welcome to Barker Memorial Gymnasium at Plattsburgh High School for Champlain Valley Athletic Conference Varsity Boys Basketball. Tonight, the Plattsburgh High School Hornets meet the Saranac Lake Central School Red Storm. I'm Foxy Gagnon along with Kelly Miller on camera, and this Saturday afternoon basketball game shapes up as a good one. Plattsburgh High School, 5 wins and no losses. They've had a couple of close games, however, after defeating Beekmantown in the opener, they battled to defeat Saranac Central 55-51. Then they battled to beat Peru Central 60-50. And then on the road, they battled against Mariah Central and came from behind to win 77-69. Their most recent win at home against Osable Valley. Plattsburgh High School been paced by senior Joel Butchino, 6'2". He's averaging 21 points a game. He can play inside and out. He's excellent leaper. He'll get some rebounds. Today, he has hit 20-plus points in his last 4 games in 4 of the 5 Hornet contests. Also, senior Ryan Sapel averaging 12.4 points a game. He is hitting double figures in all 5 games, and he has 7 3-pointers. Then, Adam Favreau, the junior, averaging 16.6 points a game, and he had 34 against Mariah Central, and he followed that up with 16 against Osable Valley. The 4th starter, watch for Tim DeLeese. DeLeese averaging 7.6 points a game, and he can also work inside and out. They'll need some rebounds from DeLeese, as Saranac Lake definitely has the height advantage coming into this game. The 5th starter may be Jamie Armstrong, who got his first varsity start against Osable Valley, and Armstrong responded with 11 points. Plattsburgh High School coached by Kevin Doherty and assisted by Mike Recor. Coach Doherty in his 14th year. Now, for Saranac Lake, what a team thus far. They opened with a win over Northeastern Clinton, then a win by 24 points over Peru, then a win over Saranac by 21. They lost to Osable Valley in Clintonville 77-52, and then they rebounded to defeat Tupper Lake 55-51. Now, this team could be called a Jekyll and Hyde kind of team, and also a team where on any given day, a certain starter or player off the bench will step up for the big game. Their highest scorer has been Reese Lippicher. He has missed 1 contest, but in the 4 games, he is number 13, and he has the Buzz Cup. There he is, shooting one from the outside. Reese Lippicher has hit for 18, 12, 22 against Saranac, and 14 in his 4 games. Then watch for number 25, Luke O'Neill. O'Neill has 3 consecutive double-figure games, including 22 in the most recent game against Tupper Lake. On the inside, Tim Dunleavy. Dunleavy listed as 6'3", and he is number 31. Dunleavy has hit in double figures in 3 games. Another starter, number 5, Pat Edenfield. Edenfield hit for 18 against Peru and 12 against Osable Valley. Then number 4, Mike Webb. He has been a steady player. He's an aggressive player, and he could respond with a big game. Number 24, Steve Johnson starts. He hit for 11 against Peru. So it's a squad, a well-balanced squad, and on any given day, someone will step up. Who will it be today to step up for the Red Storm? There's also a recent great competitive tradition between these 2 teams. Last season on this very floor, Saranac Lake and Plattsburgh battled hard, and the Hornets came out with a 48-46 win. About a week and a half later, when the Hornets journeyed to Saranac Lake came out of that gymnasium with the win. They have a history of battling. Both teams can hit from the outside. The height advantage to Saranac Lake. They will have to do a good job on the boards against the overall shorter Plattsburgh High School. A couple of 6'3" players on the team for Saranac Lake. So we look forward to a great game. I'm Foxy Gagnon, Kelly Miller on camera, and our thanks to Dr. Michael O'Connor and Dr. William Calden, General Dentistry, with offices in Plattsburgh and Saranac Lake, Oak Street in Plattsburgh, and Lake Flower Avenue in Saranac Lake, and soon to be in Lake Placid at the Placid Outpost Community Complex. It's Plattsburgh High School and Saranac Lake Central School. Saranac Lake in the red. Steve Barker set to toss the ball. Tim Leary, the other official. Saranac Lake coached by Don Carlisto in his third year. For Plattsburgh, this is Jamie Armstrong. Joel Butchino thought about the three. Saranac Lake in a zone defense. Sapel inside to Butchino. Butchino to the hoop. No, and the rebound on the inside, Dunleavy. Watch for Dunleavy to try to control the boards. The other way, this is Johnson. And Dunleavy hits from the outside. The 6'3" senior puts the Red Storm up 2-0. Sapel to Butchino. Down the floor to Favreau. Sapel, DeLeese, Favreau, Armstrong, and Butchino. Sapel in and out on the three, and another rebound, Dunleavy. Favreau guards Dunleavy. Saranac Lake with Dunleavy, O'Neill, Johnson, Edenfield, and Webb. This is Johnson. And now number 5, Edenfield. Off on that one into the hands of Butchino. Kelly Miller on camera. I'm Foxy Gagnon. We are North Country Cable Network. DeLeese in the corner. Armstrong up top. Good ball movement. Plattsburgh, great block by Luke O'Neill, another 6'3" player. Dunleavy and O'Neill at 6'3", both are seniors. Butchino, three-point range, too short, and into the hands of Johnson. Favreau with some defense there, and Plattsburgh up the floor. 4 Red Storm back, however, and this is Armstrong, three-point range. 3! Jamie Armstrong confidently hits the 3. For Armstrong, his second three-pointer on the season. Webb, guarded by Butchino. O'Neill inside Dunleavy, the spin move, and Butchino will be called for the grab. Tim Dunleavy to the line for 2 shots. That one puts Saranac Lake even at 3 as Reese Lipicher comes into the game. Not a starter, but he's been the most productive player overall. Probably could be a starter. Lake's coming off the bench as the 6th man. Tipped away by Lipicher. Lipicher, the type of player, works well both inside and out. 5:47 to play in the first quarter. And it's Saranac Lake 4 and Plattsburgh 3. Sapel. Plattsburgh moving the ball on the perimeter against the zone. Tried to go inside, it was knocked away. Red Storm playing an excellent zone early on. DeLeese, shot clock at 10. Another three-point try, no. Great rebound inside. Butchino high on the boards, and then he was fouled. So a couple things are going to happen if Plattsburgh wants to control the tempo of the game. The Hornets cannot be cold from the outside. The Hornets will have to hit some threes to loosen up the zone. And secondly, the Hornets will have to do what Bucino just did there, get a couple of second opportunities and try to compete on the boards. Bucino ties it at 4, 5:15 to play in the first. In and out on the second shot, and O'Neal to Dunleavy. Lippicher back door, made the nice cut to the basket, too hard off the glass. Bucino landed awkwardly. He has a history of some back problems, and we hope he's okay. He's been very healthy all season. Bucino to the hoop. He was bumped by Webb. Don Carlisto of Saranac Lake, one of the top young coaches. Great to see the young coaches come along on the varsity level. Beekmantown has a young coach in Matt Berry, graduate of Peru Central. And I'll tell you, Don Carlisto impressed me last season as a coach. His all-around coaching style on the sidelines. Tied at 4. Red Storm in the Hornets' nest. Webb, a long one, no, and a rebound, nobody there but Armstrong, and he hauls it down. Bucino, again, penetrates the zone, but he traveled. Took an extra step. Dunleavy with the 4 Red Storm points. Plattsburgh has a 3-pointer from Armstrong and a foul shot from Bucino. Midway through the first quarter, Webb got in trouble, and Favreau comes away with it. Armstrong and Bucino. Bucino part of this offense for sure. One-handed soft touch. Hornets 6, Red Storm 4. No call there as Bucino went down. What hustle by Armstrong. Great Hornet hustle. Coach Doherty loves that. Favreau puts in 2. The Hornets worked hard for that one. They earned the 2 points and they lead 8-4. That was sparked by Armstrong's hustle on defense. Plattsburgh foul here called by Steve Parker. He reports it to official scorer Laura Gagnon. Leo Fortier is the official timer. Eric Gagnon is on the shot clock. 3:30 to play, first quarter. Our thanks to Dr. Michael O'Connor and Dr. William Calden, General Dentistry, for their support of Hornet basketball. Johnson missed that one, but second opportunity. Dunleavy's wouldn't fall. Bucino again on the boards. Sapel just in front of the three-point arc, hits the 2-pointer. And Plattsburgh 10, Saranac Lake 4. DeLeese fouls O'Neal on the rebound. Good position by O'Neal. Plattsburgh on a 7-2 run. Bucino comes out and Miguel Maldonado in for Plattsburgh High School. Webb leaves the game for Saranac Lake. We'll see who replaced him. Dunleavy to the hoop, no. The new Saranac Lake player on the floor. It's Edenfield back out there. So it's Edenfield, Johnson, Dunleavy, O'Neal, and Lippicher. Hornets by a 6-pack. Maldonado, DeLeese, Armstrong, post, high post to Favreau, Maldonado, and then Sapel guarded by Lippicher. Red Storm in the zone. Armstrong, not this time. Dunleavy clears the boards. Lipicher spun instead of the shot. Lipicher shoots on the run, off the glass, somehow went in. Reese Lipicher, pretty shot off the glass. And it's 10-6 Plattsburgh. DeLeese to Maldonado. Maldonado tries to go baseline. Lipicher cuts him off. Sapel, did he lose his dribble? Guess not. Armstrong. And DeLeese running the baseline. Favreau on high post. You like to get Favreau into the flow of the offense. Hornets not able to get the ball to Favreau. Shot clock winding down to 2. Maldonado pops. No. Favreau! Oh, it didn't drop. Favreau high on the boards. And Saranac Lake runs the other way. Foul called on Sapel. He's on his back as O'Neill went to the hoop. Substitution, Lee Donis will come in for Saranac Lake. A minute 20 to play first quarter. Dunleavy gets a breather, and big Lee Donis in his spot. Donis is 6'2". Saranac Lake a perfect 4 for 4 from the foul line, and it's 10-8 Plattsburgh. Plattsburgh led 10-4. Sapel shot, and that was blocked. 3 blocked shots by Saranac Lake and 4 Dunleavy rebounds early into the game. Sapel, 3-point range. Sapel hits it. For Sapel, that's his 8th three-pointer in the CVAC season. And a 2-pointer right back by Edenfield. 13-10 Plattsburgh, 40 seconds in the first quarter. Favreau. Shot clock at 20, game clock at 30. Oh, nice find, but Maldonado made the nice step. Strong move by Maldonado to the basket. Donis came across and fouled him. Miguel Maldonado will go to the line for 2 shots. Maldonado had 8 points in the opener against Beekmantown. That's been his best offensive effort of the season. Swish from Miguel Maldonado, the junior, who had an outstanding football season for Plattsburgh High School. Hits 1 of 2, loose ball, and tied up. Possession arrow to Saranac Lake. Ducky Drake, Hometown Radio, 1340, bringing this basketball game to radio listeners. Our friend Ducky Drake. Lipicher with 14 seconds. Edenfield wound around but didn't get a good shot, and a Saranac Lake foul. Neither team in the bonus. That foul against Webb, his second, or against O'Neill, his second. That could prove costly if O'Neill gets in foul trouble. Maldonado with 3 seconds. Great block by O'Neill. Saranac Lake plays some very good defense, but Plattsburgh High School has the first quarter lead after 1. The score on the Dr. O'Connor and Dr. Calden General Dentistry scoreboard, it's Plattsburgh High School 14, Saranac Lake Central 10. Plattsburgh ball to open the second quarter. Sapel. Armstrong and Buccino on the perimeter. Favreau and DeLeese work inside. Baseline Favreau, not this time, dipped away. DeLeese. Plattsburgh getting a second opportunity. They'll have to do that throughout the game against Saranac Lake. Turnover Plattsburgh, miscommunication between Armstrong and Butchino. 30 seconds in, Saranac Lake ball. We're in the second quarter. John Gorgas is in, and there's a two-pointer from Lipicher. Lipicher with 4. Butchino, the breakaway, rolled out. Missed opportunity for Plattsburgh. Jamie Armstrong, good defense on Mike Webb. Plattsburgh 14, Saranac Lake 12. This will be a battle for both teams all the way. I'm loaded up on the battery power. I'm looking at a possible double overtime game. Plenty of battery power. Nice feed, but the block by Gorgas on the DeLeese try. Favreau to DeLeese on the pass down the other way. Lipicher, what a shot. No, didn't fall, and Plattsburgh ball. Hornets by 2 in their nest. This is right around the holiday season, the time for the former graduates to head back to Plattsburgh for the holiday break. Several are in attendance. Plattsburgh not hitting well from the outside. They did get a couple of three-pointers in the first quarter, but overall missing from the outside. Lipicher threw everybody. That'll be a foul because bodies were moving. So that one was called on DeLeese. No, let's see, on Sapel. And for Sapel, that's his second foul. 6:15 to play, second quarter. Webb looks, gets it to Dunleavy. Works hard and got the shot. Tim Dunleavy with 6, Lipicher with 4 to lead Saranac Lake, and we're tied at 14. Butchino and Plattsburgh brings it around the horn. Another Plattsburgh turnover. Plattsburgh not taking care of the ball in the second quarter, and Coach Doherty wants to talk for 30 seconds with his unit. Plattsburgh led 10-4. So since that time, Saranac Lake on a 10-4 run of their own, and we're tied at 14 with 5:47 to play in the second quarter. Our thanks to Doctors O'Connor and Calden General Dentistry. They have offices in both Plattsburgh and Saranac Lake, and also one coming soon in Lake Placid. Lipicher has it and hits it. Reese Lipicher off the bench. He may be the best sixth man in the CVAC this season. Maldonado triple teamed. Oh boy. DeLeese too short on the shot. Dunleavy another rebound. Great ball movement, but off the fingertips or maybe the thumb of Gorgas. 5:17 remaining, second quarter. Saranac Lake up by 2, 16-14. They're on a 6-point run right now. Hornets need a bucket. They haven't scored in the second quarter. Another turnover. No look pass. Sapel with the defense. Hornets up the floor. Butchino, short jumper, in. Butchino puts Plattsburgh on the board in the second quarter. He has 5. Red Storm comes right back. Lipicher gets the drop. Reese Lipicher with 3 quick baskets in the second quarter. He's taken charge with 4:39 to play. It's Saranac Lake 18, Plattsburgh High School 16. Coach Carlisto emphasized in his team meeting about good shot selection. You want good shot selection, keep that up, and if you're tired, get yourself out of there. That's a little change of philosophy, of course, the modern day coaches. The old coaches, you would never dare ask to come out because the coaches think, well, you're a quitter and you can't play, you're not in shape. So you could be dragging and you would never ask the coach to take you out. You might never get back in. The new philosophy in the last several years, of course, is that, hey, you don't want to play tired. And the coach isn't a mind reader, so let him know if you're tired. Come out, take a break, and he'll get you back in. Plattsburgh misses another scoring chance, and Reese Lipicher the other way. Into Dunleavy, and Dunleavy gets it in. Saranac Lake plays well against Plattsburgh High School. Lipicher and Dunleavy combining for 10 second quarter points, and Plattsburgh has just 2 points in the quarter. And almost a steal. The big foot of O'Neill called for the kick. 3:39 in the second quarter. Hornets with just 2 second quarter points. The steal, Armstrong's pass intercepted by Webb, and he took it nicely to the hoop. Big second quarter, Saranac Lake. It's all Saranac Lake, 12-2 in the second quarter. And the zone press bothering Plattsburgh, and the overall zone defense bothering Plattsburgh. Maldonado, that was tipped by Lipicher. It'll be Plattsburgh ball under their own basket. Tim Leary and Steve Parker, the officials. Somebody's going to have to take charge for Plattsburgh. Sapel. Three! The senior Sapel. He has 8 in the game. Buchinol with 5. Armstrong a three-pointer. Favreau 2 and Maldonado 1. 22-19. Saranac Lake with the edge. Lipicher, long distance, 3! Everything this guy throws finds the bottom of the net. 9 second quarter points for Lipicher. And they're back up by a 6-pack. (25-19) Red Storm. Favreau, you want to see him become more part of the offense, and you want to see Sapel hit a couple more threes if you're a Hornets fan. 3, and Sapel hits another. They'll have to play him tighter. 25-22 at the 2-minute mark of the second quarter. Lipicher in and out. He almost answered the three-pointer. Hornets the other way. Down by 3. Sapel, longer out. 3! Ryan Sapel! 3 straight threes. We're tied at 25. Oh, the senior stepping it up. Somebody had to. Steal Saranac Lake. A minute and a half to play in the first half. That one pass, it was an intended pass. It went off the backboard, and I think it hit O'Neill in the face. Luke O'Neill coming the other way, but he's not going to rub his face. He's not going to give in. He could have an eye hanging out. He's not going to rub it. A minute 20 to go. Hornets have come from 6 down to tie it at 25. Duplicating the 6-point comeback from Saranac Lake. Sapel sets up, fires another. 3! Ryan Sapel! What did he have for lunch today? Oh my goodness! Whatever it was, buy him a few more boxes. Great dish, Buchinol, Maldonado. The Hornets on the run. The Hornets are up by 5. I can't believe it. The Hornets are up by 5 on an 11-point run, keyed by Ryan Sapel's three-pointers. He had one earlier, a 4-pack of 3-pointers, and 5 in the game. 47.7 seconds to play in the first half. And it's Plattsburgh High School 30, Saranac Lake Central 25. That last 3-pointer Kelly and I talking about, it was almost from the cafeteria. What a 3-pointer on the last one. Lipicher, quick zip pass to O'Neill, blocked by Favreau. Sapel up the floor for Favreau, no. Coach Carlisto wants to settle it down and get a good shot. 15 seconds to play for the Red Storm. They are down by 5. 5 seconds for the Red Storm. Webb, and too late for the putback for O'Neill, and the Hornets, who were being outscored, don't ask me what, at least 10-2, responded. Ryan Sapel with 4 second quarter 3-pointers, 2 from Maldonado and 2 from Bucciano, and they close with 16 points to 15 for Saranac Lake. And at the half, the score on the Doctors O'Connor and Calden General Dentistry scoreboard is Plattsburgh High School 30, Saranac Lake Central 25. Scoring in the first half, Plattsburgh High School with 14 in the first quarter, 16 in the second quarter. Jamie Armstrong has 3, Miguel Maldonado has 3, Adam Favreau has 2, Joel Bucciano has 5, and Ryan Sapel has 17, 12 in the second quarter. Total of 30 for Saranac Lake, 2 for Webb, 2 for Edenfield, 2 for O'Neill, 8 for Dunleavy, and Reese Lipicher has 11, 9 of those in the second quarter. On we go, 16 more minutes of, I can guarantee you, exciting basketball. Last game for both teams before the holiday break. They'll play some tournament basketball to keep in shape, and then they'll be on with the CVAC season following the New Year's celebrations. Sapel sets up. Let's see if he brings the high hand. Too much on it. And Favreau excellent on the boards, but a held ball. Favreau and O'Neill on the rebound. Possession arrow to Plattsburgh under their own basket. Defense from Dunleavy on Favreau. You can bet they're going to play Sapel tight, and that may open someone else up for the Hornets. Good ball movement, Plattsburgh. Armstrong into the paint. And a foul push called someplace. And the Saranac Lake fans not happy with the push-off call. O'Neill called for a push from the back. Luke O'Neill picks up his 3rd foul. Sapel, way too much on that one, so he comes out of the locker room, missed a couple of 3-pointers. First possession for Saranac Lake, but stolen from Bucciano. Armstrong on the run, was off balance for that shot. Sapel almost tipped it in. Saranac Lake gets it back. Lipicher, he had the high hand for the Red Storm, shoots on the run, tipped away, and it was off Sapel's hand. Saranac Lake ball under their own basket. I'm Foxy Gagnon. You're watching North Country Cable Network. Kelly Miller is on camera. And our holiday wishes to our viewers. 2001 wrapped up, and our most successful year as our business continues to grow. No foul called there. Saranac Lake wanted one, and the other end, Armstrong with the pass to Favreau. Bucciano. Three! Joel Bucciano's turn to hit the three, and Coach Carlisto uncharacteristically upset. The jacket came off and went flying. The no foul call, and then surrender a three-pointer. 33-25, Plattsburgh by 8. Red Storm needs a bucket, and tipped away by Plattsburgh. Saranac Lake playing a little out of control. Meantime, Bucciano, offensive foul on Bucciano. Good defense from Dunleavy, and Bucciano remains characteristically calm. He does not show emotion on the court. Looks over, nods at the coach, and he's ready to play defense. And you have to like that about Joel Bucciano, who plays often just about all 32 minutes of a basketball game, and keeps everything under control. Bucciano high on the boards. 5:20 to play. Slow start to the third quarter. Only a Bucciano three-pointer. Saranac Lake still has not scored coming out of the locker room. Inside, nice defense, Dunleavy. Sapel threw everybody, shot off balance, too hard off the glass. O'Neill traveled on the rebound. Saranac Lake fans thought that he had dished it off or been pushed. We mentioned Coach Don Carlisto. His dad, George, is here. Nice to see George. He and I became friends when George worked at Monty Street School back in the old days. Three! Joel Bucciano. 5 3-pointers from Sapel. 2 from Bucciano. 1 from Armstrong. And that one, I'm not sure who got that. Huh? 5, thank you. And the 2-pointer by Edenfield. He has 4 in the game. 36-27. Red Storm needs a comeback, and it's been a back and forth, rock and roll kind of basketball game. Delise picks up a foul, a little over-anxious on defense. Midway through the third quarter, Plattsburgh with 6 points, Saranac Lake with 2. Maldonado in and Delise out. Plattsburgh by 9. Dunleavy, Favreau, outstanding defense, block shot. Oh, costly there. O'Neill bumped Maldonado, his 4th foul. Very costly. Luke O'Neill, 4th foul. He has just 2 foul shots in the game, but this is a Luke O'Neill who hit for 22 in the last game against Tupper Lake. He's a steady, excellent player, and you hate to see him riding the bench with 4 minutes to play in the third quarter. Maldonado to Bucciano, triple team on him, through traffic, got his own rebound, blocked by Dunleavy. Maldonado, Hornets got second opportunities and convert. They're outscoring Saranac Lake 8-2, and the Red Storm turns it over. Coach Carlisto needs to take a timeout, and he's going to meet with his boys, try to get everything under control. Here's a chance to get a shot at George Carlisto for the Plattsburgh viewers that haven't seen George. He's moved on to Chateauguay and been there for a long time, and a great educator. George Carlisto is in the Hornets' nest today, came over and shook my hand and wished us the holiday greetings. 3:40 to play in the third quarter, and it's Plattsburgh High School 38, Saranac Lake 27. Kelly, I'm going to make a prediction that there's one comeback in store for the Red Storm. You're going to see a storm coming up either now or early in the fourth quarter. Watch, I smell a storm rising. We'll see. Just my prediction. And I've got another prediction. Kelly Miller will not be on camera in the month of January or February as he leaves the area for his education. We want to wish Kelly the best of luck in his travels. We'll certainly miss him. He's a valuable member of our videography team. Gorgas hits the three! John Gorgas hits a three. He didn't want me talking about Kelly Miller's educational opportunities. He wanted some attention on himself.
I'll be back.
But Kelly will return. Plattsburgh's his home, and he's always got a welcome mat out at the Gagnon home. Butchino muscles it in. Butchino with 8 points. And this is the Hornet team this season. You shut the door on Sapel as they have this quarter, and Butchino opens the door. If you shut on those two, Favreau can open the door some night. Nice short shot by Gorgas. And here come the Red Storm, 40-32. They've cut into the lead and almost a turnover, but a kick call. Whoa, the fans not happy. Their fans are all talking to the ref, Steve Barker, but Steve's not hearing them. Steve can't hear them. But the fans are all talking. I'll tell you what, I'd say 33 people talked to Steve Barker all at the same time. Those messages were all converging, and when those messages clash, it causes communication breakdown. 2 minutes to play in the third quarter. The Storm wants the ball. They feel hot offensively. They want to get the ball. Shot clock at 12. Armstrong, a two-pointer, Jamie Armstrong. 42-32. Lippicher. Oh boy, Edenfield wanted that one. Battle for the loose ball. Sapel gets to it. Sapel up the floor. Edenfield chases. Maldonado, three-point range. Rattles the rim. Butchino high on the boards. He's 6'2". He's listed as 6'2". He might be 6'1.5". Okay, maybe 6'2". But I'll tell you, he plays like he's 6'5". He can jump higher than I can guarantee you. Lippicher dished off, but nobody there. 1:15 to play. We saw Matt Schwartz. Our friend Matt Schwartz was the first Hornet basketball player we saw when we arrived today. Big number 44 of the Hornets. And he was wearing his Pillsbury Doughboy tie, the lucky tie. They have not lost. The Hornets have lost just one time since he's been wearing that tie. And so he wore it today for good luck. I mean, he's not wearing it now on the bench. He's in uniform. I don't want you to get mixed up. The Pillsbury Doughboy tie is resting comfortably in his locker. Butchino to the hoop. Butchino with 10 third quarter points. Ducky Drake having a whale of a time over there at half court right across from us. What a great guy Ducky Drake is. And the best hockey announcer in the universe. Lippicher was a little too far under, tipped away, and it will be Plattsburgh ball. 37 seconds to play in the third quarter, and the Hornets are up by 12. Coach Doherty yelled at the scorer's table for a sub, but the ball was already a third of the way up the floor. A little over anxious on the coach, that's okay. It's the holiday season. You get a little edgy during the holiday season. Coach Doherty probably has to go Christmas shopping after the game. What have we got? We have Johnson, Dunleavy, Lippicher, Edenfield, and Gorgas for Saranac Lake. O'Neill on the bench with 4 fouls. Ball wouldn't fall, and a foul called on the rebound. That'll be against Plattsburgh. Sapel for a push on the rebound with 6.8 seconds. Austin Bushy comes in for Sapel. Sapel picks up his third. You want his hot hand for the fourth quarter. So Sapel will catch a breather. He's been shooting better since he grew those whiskers on his chin too. I'd keep those for the rest of the season if I were Sapel. What a dish! Nice move at the buzzer. Patrick Edenfield at the buzzer adds 2 to the Red Storm total. 1 to play. The score on the Dr. O'Connor and Dr. Calden General Dentistry scoreboard. It's Plattsburgh High School 44, Saranac Lake Central 34. As the fourth quarter begins, the Hornets have won the first 3 quarters, 14 to 10, 16 to 15, and the last one 14 to 9. And that equals a 10-point differential with 8 minutes to play. Webb to Lippicher. Lippicher's got to get hot again. Johnson all the way to the hoop. Great putback. Dunleavy and Maldonado fouled him. Dunleavy has to hit the boards, and Lippicher's got to step up the offense for Saranac Lake, or somebody has to get the hot hand. Coming in for Saranac Lake, Johnson had 5 3-pointers. That may be why he's out there. Edenfield had 4 3-pointers. In fact, Edenfield had 3 against Osable Valley. The senior Tim Dunleavy, he has 8 points in the game and a good job on the boards tonight. He hits the second of 2 to cut the lead to 9. Hornets, Bushy, Favreau all alone. Breakdown on the Saranac Lake defense, and Adam Favreau, who has just 4 points in the game, hit that one. Coach Dougherty thought a double dribble, knocked away by Bushy on the defense, hit Parker and out of bounds. Saranac Lake ball over in the corner. Plattsburgh by 11. Neither team near the bonus situation. That pass was too low, bounced away. It'll be Saranac Lake ball. Well, in case our fans are wondering, at halftime I passed out holiday checks to my employees, made sure they're all happy for the Christmas season. You got to keep those employees happy. Keep those checks that come in their way. And that reminds me, we sure thank our business supporters through the years. Foul on Johnson. We've had so many business supporters in the year 2001, and we're really grateful for that. We don't solicit money from people. We don't ask our viewers to send in any kind of money or anything to us. We're just happy to do what we do, and we appreciate businesses that sign us up to do games and the great business supporters that we have, and we're very appreciative of that. If we sell a few tapes, it helps us buy some new equipment. But you can tell if you've ever heard Foxy Goose do the play-by-plays, we're in it for the fun, that is for certain. DeLeese, the turnaround, and it rolled out. And Webb comes down with it. Hornets by 11 with 6:40 to play in this one. DeLeese, the great defense, and into the hands of Favreau. The Hornets can just get the good shot. Things have worked well for the Hornets, but I'll tell you what, when the game was close, in fact, the Hornets were down by 6, Ryan Sapel stepped it up in the second quarter. He sparked the comeback in that second quarter, so the Hornets went into the locker room by 5. He was on fire. Austin Bushy to Adam Favreau. Tim DeLeese, a senior. Maldonado to DeLeese to Maldonado. They play catch. Shot clock at 5. A long one. And Dunleavy another rebound. I'd like to see the stats after this game, how many rebounds Dunleavy has. Bushy called for a foul as Webb drove to the hoop. Not too late for the hot hand of one of these Red Storm players. Lipicher, oh, he missed the shot. Everything he put up in the second quarter went in, and then he's struggled since then. Buccino runs the offense. Maldonado getting a lot of playing time. Buccino, Lipicher guards him. How did he get to the basket? Joel Buccino took a huge leap. Oh my goodness. Did you see that huge step he took? I haven't seen a long step like that since I talked back to my mother when I was about 6, and my father made a giant step from the bottom of our basement stairs to the top. He took that in one step. Buccino hits another two. Another big game for Joel Buccino. He has 19 in this one. At the other end, the basket by Webb. 50-37. Hornets by 13 as we near the midway mark. Pushy, ooh, he passed on the three-point try, fed it to Favreau. Favreau working, but nicely guarded by Lipicher. Almost face guarding by Lipicher. Travel called on Bushy. I would have liked to seen Bushy pop a three-pointer on the penultimate time he touched the ball. Favreau out and Sapel back in. So with 4:23, it's Sapel, Buccino, DeLeese, Maldonado, and Bushy out there for Plattsburgh. Saranac Lake with Webb, O'Neal with 4 fouls, Dunleavy, Johnson, and Lipicher. Nice dish. The drive baseline, and I could never do that shot. 50-39, 4 to play in this one. Plattsburgh has to take care of the basketball, not give too many scoring chances to the Red Storm. Buccino, that one didn't drop, gets it back, shoved it up. Lipicher on the boards. Johnson, Webb setting up in three-point range. Dunleavy through everybody, knocked DeLeese down. O'Neal on the boards, no. Foul called on the inside. Tim Leary with the call. Pleases the Saranac Lake fans. And Sapel called for another one. That will be his 4th then, right? Yes, 4 on Sapel. Favreau and Armstrong want in for Plattsburgh. And Bushy out and Sapel out. Interesting game today. Nobody's yawning in this one. 3:25 remaining. The Red Storm needs points. There's that drive. They dish out to Dunleavy. Left alone, he pops the baseline. Webb on the boards. Muscled it in. Nice job, Mike Webb. 6 fourth quarter points. The lead is cut to 9. Storm not going away. So the Hornets will talk it over. With 2:56 to play in the fourth quarter, the score on the Doctors O'Connor and Calden General Dentistry scoreboard is Plattsburgh High School 50, Saranac Lake Red Storm 41. Steve Parker set to hand it over, and Buccino will run the offense. Buccino with 14 second half points. Lipicher tipped it away from DeLeese. All 5 Hornets on one part of the floor on the same side. Saranac Lake basketball almost in unison, the entire crowd looked up at the scoreboard and it said 2:31 to play, and the Red Storm down by 9. They need some hot shooting. You know, a three-pointer puts you 6 behind. And this could be it right here. Webb sets up for a 3. There it is. Oh, he passed on it. Tried to go inside. I think Saranac Lake should pop a few 3s. That's just my opinion. I never coached. Well, okay, I did. But it was 7th grade basketball. I used to love that. You play everybody. Win, lose, or draw. You teach them some discipline about basketball. We used to practice checking into the game and another player leaving when I coached 7th grade basketball. Make sure we didn't end up with 7 players on the floor at once. Shot clock was down to 5 seconds, but we have a foul. Oh no, substitution is what it is. That's why they were pointing at the scores table. Laura Gagnon, official scorer. What a great job she does for Hornets basketball, both the girls program and the boys program. Laura Gagnon, official scorer for the Hornets. Favreau gets another chance for Plattsburgh. They whip it around the horn. Eric Gagnon on the shot clock. And Leo Fortier as the official timer, filling in for the recovering Goose Gagnon. Butchino went through traffic. This time they called the travel. He was trying for that giant step again. A minute 20 to play. $50-41. Oh, Johnson passed on the 3. Don't ask me why. Nice defense by Favreau. And this is what you like about the junior Favreau. What's he at today? 4 points. Played outstanding defense, worked hard on the boards, and he sure isn't pouting at anybody because he only has 4 points. You will not see this guy hang his head after this one. If the Hornets win it, he'll be as happy as every other fan and player, I'll tell you that. 1:03 to play, and it's Plattsburgh 50 and Saranac Lake 41. DeLeese will bring it in. They thought about the touchdown pass to Sapel. They go to Butchino, back to Tim DeLeese. Wears number 30 in both football and basketball. Butchino guarded by O'Neill. Favreau to Sapel, back to Favreau. Wasn't even thinking shot. Right there, I think he should have thought basket. He was in the paint. I'd like to see Adam challenge there in the paint rather than dish back out, but maybe Coach Doherty said don't take a shot till there's 10 seconds on the shot clock or something like that, so can't prejudge all this stuff. Foul called. Saranac Lake will go to the foul line now. That's the 7th team foul. And that means Reese Lippicher will be at the foul line. We'll recap the scoring and then find out all our messages on our answering machine. Missed opportunity, and look at Armstrong, the junior, grabbed the ball. Sapel to DeLeese. Butchino, guarded by Johnson, and Butchino up to say hello to some of the returning Hornet players from years past. Timeout called by Saranac Lake. Score remains Plattsburgh 50 and Saranac Lake 41. Hornet cheerleaders: Tara Woodward, Aisha Blanks, Amanda Rabidou, Caitlin Tobrock, Alicia Alexander, Alicia Ledoux, Katalie Pavetta, Christy Broder, Jen Dwyer, David Martin, and Keisha Kluge, coached by Karen Brown. The captains are Tara Woodward, Aisha Blanks, and Alicia Alexander. The final 25 seconds of this encounter. And that's Corey Ryan sitting over there. He's talking on the telephone to somebody. He's a busy fella. I think it's Corey Miller who's probably leaving messages on Kelly Miller's telephone, playing tricks with him. Kelly's got a lot of important messages waiting. You never know who's calling you. The mystery continues as this game goes on. So Adam Favreau will go to the foul line for the 1-and-1 opportunity. 22 seconds on the clock. That one jumped in. (52-41), 20 seconds. Sapel with the steal, down the floor, guarded by Johnson, lost the handle. Favreau. Butchino, 8 seconds. Hornets won't shoot it. Butchino shakes the hand. They're going to just walk this one over. Hornets decided they'd had enough. And this one ends with a Plattsburgh victory. They go to 6-0, and an excellent Saranac Lake team drops to 4-2 with losses to Osable Valley and Plattsburgh High School. But they'll be heard from, and we hope to make it to Saranac Lake for the game in Saranac Lake. To recap the scoring for Saranac Lake, a total of 41 points, and Gorgas had 5, Webb had 8, Edenfield finished with 6, O'Neill with 2, and Dunleavy with 9, and Reese Lipicher with 11, all in the first half, a total of 41. Plattsburgh High School ends with 52 points, Armstrong with 5, Maldonado with 5, Favreau with 6, and paced by Sapel 17, all in the first half, and Butchino's 19. Thanks to Kelly Miller for his work on camera. Thanks to Dr. O'Connor and Dr. Calden, General Dentistry, with offices in Plattsburgh and Saranac Lake, Oak Street in Plattsburgh, Lake Flower Avenue in Saranac Lake, and soon to be in Lake Placid at the Placid Outpost Community Complex. Final score, Plattsburgh High School 52 and Saranac Lake Central 41. Good night, North Country.